Tonight, our special transmission as an Israeli rabbi faces backlash for blessing soldier accused of raping Palestinian prisoner in city Taman facility. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Muslim News Canada on Muslim Network TV. I'm Elia Batul. Today is the 340th day since Israel started targeting Palestinians incessantly. Palestine Health Ministry reports in the past 24 hours, Israeli airstrikes have killed 72 Palestinians across Gaza. Hundreds have been injured. The deadliest strike occurred near Khan Yunis, targeting a tented encampment. The encampment is designated as a safe zone. Survivors described the area being engulfed in flames following the attack. Massive craters have been formed in the ground. 19 bodies have been recovered from the area. Israel's military claims it was targeting a Hamas command center. Palestinian sources refute the claim. The Euro-Mediterranean Human Rights Monitor says Mk-84 bombs were used in the strike. The US-made weapon was previously supplied to Israel by the US in large quantities. This comes as last month, 100 civilians were killed when Israel struck a school. Thousands of displaced Palestinians were seeking refuge in the school. The death toll from Israel's war is alarming. At the time of writing, at least 41,020 people have been killed. 94,925 have been injured. A report in the British medical journal The Lancet estimates the death toll due to Israeli actions could be as high as 186,000. Israel faces accusations of genocide for its actions in Gaza at the International Court of Justice. The US has asked Israel to conduct a swift and transparent investigation into the death of US citizens in the West Bank. The news comes as a 26-year-old Turkish American was killed by Israeli forces during a protest in the West Bank. Ayşenur Ezgi Aygi was shot while peacefully protesting against illegal Israeli settlements. Palestinian advocates are calling for an independent investigation into the killing of Aygi. The US officials, however, are waiting for Israel to complete the probe. Right groups have criticized the US for not holding Israel accountable. Aygi's family has expressed dissatisfaction with the US's response, calling for a more impartial probe. Israel's budget deficit has surged significantly as the nation's costly military offensive in Gaza continues. Data from the Israeli Finance Ministry shows the deficit has grown to 8.3% of GDP in August. It is up from 7.6% in June and 6.2% in March. The deficit between January and August stands at $22.38 billion. During the first 8 months of war, expenditures have soared by 31.8%. During the same period, revenues have increased only by 4%. Critiques argue the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is bent on continuing the military offensive in Gaza to sustain his leadership. United Nations Special Representative on Sexual Violence in Conflict has voiced concern over Israeli political interference in investigations into sexual violence against Palestinian detainees. Pramila Patten condemns attempts to justify these acts. She says sexual violence, especially in detention, should never be normalized. Patten warns that impunity emboldens perpetrators and silences victims. She is urging accountability for these crimes. Patten says there is a need for justice and victim support, citing the UN's recent report on sexualized torture. In related news, a top Israeli rabbi is facing backlash after blessing a soldier accused of raping Palestinian prisoners. Rabbi Meir Mazuz has close ties to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. In a widely circulated video, Rabbi Mazuz can be seen telling the soldier that he would be found innocent. The soldier is among 9 other soldiers accused of sexually assaulting Palestinian detainees in the infamous Sidi Taman facility. Far-right Israelis support the soldiers accused of rape. The demonstrators have stormed military courts to halt investigations. Critics argue this incident underscores the dehumanization of Palestinians in Israeli society. Lord Carlile, a House of Lords peer, has resigned as a patron of the United Kingdom's Lawyers for Israel. The resignation comes after Lord Carlile supported the UK government's decision to suspend arms exports to Israel. On the same day, UK Lawyers for Israel threatened legal action over the arms ban. The group calls the ban politically motivated. It plans to seek a judicial review, challenging the government's decision as unlawful. Carlile says he supports Prime Minister Keir Starmer's suspension of 30 export licenses. He accuses former Foreign Secretary David Cameron of delaying action on legal advice. Carlile criticizes opponents of the ban, including Chief Rabbi Ephraim Mirvis, for undermining the rule of law. Canada's new Democratic Party is standing by its Quebec candidate, Craig Sauve. Sauve featured the Palestinian flag on his election pamphlet. The party insists that displaying foreign flags, including the Palestinian flag, does not undermine Canadian values. However, Jewish and pro-Israeli groups criticize Sauve. They accuse him of anti-Semitism. The Center for Israel and Jewish Affairs condemns the act. It is calling it a disgraceful attempt to exploit a foreign conflict for votes.
No, that's fine.
Jewish American director Sarah Friedland has drawn widespread applause for her powerful speech in solidarity with Palestinians at the Venice Film Festival. Friedland has been awarded 2 prestigious awards. Her acceptance speech has gone viral. Friedland condemns Israel's actions and refers to the Gaza crisis as genocide. She has highlighted Israel's 76-year-old occupation. She is being praised for her courage to speak against Israeli policies. That's all from our Toronto studios. Thank you for watching Muslim News Canada. We are a community channel dedicated to bringing you stories you can trust. Please like, share, and subscribe to our content. You can also comment to let us know what you think of our coverage. You can donate now by visiting muslimnetwork.tv/donate. For more content, keep watching Muslim Network TV.